Hi guys, it's me Missy, I'm back, and today we are for Mass Effect. I'm so super duper excited for this, like ultra excited. And we are going to definitely listen to the codex real quickly, and then get into a new companion quest, I believe.
Freedom's. The Krogan homeworld boasts extreme temperatures, virulent diseases, and vicious predatory fauna. Around 1900 BCE, the Krogan discovered atomic power and promptly instigated many intraplanetary wars, sending Tuchanka into a nuclear winter. With most of their industrial base destroyed, the Krogan entered a new dark age, and warring tribal bands dominated. Populations remained low for the next 2,000 years. First contact with the Solarians made resurgence possible. Krogan brought to less hostile planets bred exponentially and returned to reconquer their home. They built vast underground shelters to shield themselves from surface radiation, which proved prescient during the Krogan rebellions, when many of them isolated themselves in a vain attempt to avoid the genophage. Convinced they could outbreed the genophage, they transmitted it into more than 90% of the sealed bunkers. Today, Tuchanka's population is sharply limited, and while individual Krogan are long-lived, the genophage ensures few replacements.
That really sucks. Journal. We're gonna do Jacob's quest and then we're definitely do Talis. It's Jacob. Wait. Oh, time to go. First, let's go exploring a little bit. Smaller hydrogen gas giants maintains a small healing structure of the depths of this planet's gravity well makes it inefficient to export visitors to the Arlequin system. Often top off their fuel tanks at stations. The Council militarizes enforcement mission. Maintains a token garrison to monitor any potential sale of fuel to nodes, subversives, and terrorists. Okay, then.
Launching probe. Probe away.
There you go.
Probe away.
See how fast I can get this done.
Probe launched. Launching probe.
Oh, and I am definitely trying to get
probe away.
The medical bay
probe launched.
Upgrade, I think.
Probe away. Launching probe.
At all that stuff.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe.
And back to the ship now. Second theories. And let's
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Never mind. I'll do this first. Oh my, two of them. Damn it, I hate these things, but you need to hear this. You're part of this. Right? And as leaders to keep him alive. Here I have to stay polite, play the role, but our people are dying. Krogan have always valued survival over tradition. If we're going to survive as a people, we need your background runs. Akira was a madman with a plan, and there's supposed to have this ball of rock. Oh my god. So bring him back from your mission. People need him, and it killed some of your graves. Hi. Thanks. Shaman Erdnot. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Shepard, just want to let you know that the Drow kid's doing okay. Everything's taken care of legally, and he's doing some work. Helping me deal with some trash in the wards. Maybe make life better for some of the kids like Mouse. Not perfect, but then what is? Don't know if your Drell and mine are talking. I told him life was too short not to, and I don't took. But look out there. Bailey. Thanks, Bailey. Such a sweetheart. This is what I wanted. Ship. You. I need 50,000. It's gonna take forever. Well, back to the planet it is.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
Planet with poor resources.
Probe away. Probe launched.
And we reached depleted. Let's... Any more planets here? Yes, there are some more planets here. Ah. Just gonna mine them for stuff. Carbon is tightly locked. The hothouse and surface perpetually obscured by clouds of sulfur and carbon dioxide. First group of the Solarian. Uplift teams requested a trip to Carbon. Solarians at first thought the Krogan were confused about the nature of its environment. The planet is named for a Krogan mythological paradise in which honorable warriors feast on the eternal organs of their enemies. In fact, Krogan astronomers have worked to produce the nature of Carbon years before the global holocaust. For 2 millennia since, Carbon had come to be thought of as an ideal test of one's toughness. Every year, a few Krogan attempt to land on their ships naked in an attempt to prove their Kroganhood. The planet's surface is littered with the crushed, corroded remains of their ships. Only one, Shoth Norda, is known to have returned from the surface alive, but with most of his bones crushed and all 4 of his lungs damaged by sulfuric gas. Nord never recovered from the trial to the relation of his people until he died in 1903. He could lie with any fertile female he wished. Okay.
Probe launched.
Oh, that's a lot. This is a great place to
Probe
be.
launched. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe away.
Let's get more probes. To finish off this
Probe away.
planet.
Launching probe. Probe away.
That's my last one. I gotta go get more. Oops. Thanks. Enter orbit.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away.
And we're depleted. Okay, guys, let's go. So this planet. Let's go over here. Let's see what this was. Orbit. It is a hydrogen helium gas giant named for an ancient Krogan deity that stood watch for enemies of his pantheon. Gas giants' moons are named after some Paul's red eyes and ears. The only reason to visit the Paul system is scientific curiosity, which the Krogan lack. Okay.
Probe away. Probe away.
Get this done fast enough.
Probe launched.
Explore this whole system. Happy.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away.
Oh, that's a big one.
Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe.
Or
Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe.
let's try and get this planet. Yeah. updated its resources.
Probe launched. Launching probe.
One more probe.
Launching probe.
Okay. It's at least at 4, so that's good for me. Let's get more probes. Let's head this one to orbit. One of its hemispheres contains an impact crater 700 diameter dubbed the Rankat Basin. It was mined for light metals in the interbellum between the Arachne War and Krogan rebellions. Any obvious resource concentrations have long since been stripped. Let's see about that.
Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away.
Okay, and it's 4. Let's leave. Get some more probes, and I think we should. Okay, unless I missed a planet here, which I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Time to go. Let's relay, and let's go to... Sets. Right, enter. Jacob. Hey, we're here. This one. This one. System.
have detected an anomaly.
Oh, great. Named after Nasari, scientists of this remote planet used to have been on this relief that led to uncharted space. The little data available comes from far off probe. Flyby that reports 2 planets orbiting a white dwarf star. Your own scouts yield more interesting results. The planet is within the zone of the star. It has oceans of liquid butter and thin nitrogen oxygen. Atmosphere consistent with carbon-based plant life. It's possible this is an as yet unexplored garden world. Awesome.
General distress. MSV Hugo Burns.
Probe launched.
Registration BW. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087.
Launching probe.
Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087.
Launching probe.
Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration.
Probe away.
General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded.
It's getting on my nerves.
General distress. General distress. MSV Hugo
So it's right here.
Registration BW4610034087.
Probe launched.
General distress.
Okay.
General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled
Probe away.
deceleration recorded.
And
General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087.
okay, so it's this way.
General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration
Probe launched.
BW461003.
Okay. Small
General
things.
distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. General distress. MSV Hugo. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW. General distress.
Here we are.
Probe away. Something on our sensors.
Let's land, get this over with so I can keep scanning and get more stuff. Where haven't I taken? Taken you. Let's take you. Actually, let's not take you, because if I do bad, you're gonna be very mad at me. I'll take you instead. Whoa. Just... Swear. Machine pistols probably. Yo. Let's go.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
Awesome.
There it is,
Okay.
and mostly intact. It could have survived impact, but it's been years. Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Along with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
Hey, that's interesting.
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Over.
Oh,
From
that's
the look
great.
of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Safe deceleration.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
It's not good.
Who is in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain
dead.
Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
Local food and neural
Local
decay.
food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Yeah then, let's
Come
go.
on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
There's no way he could avoid eating something grown on this planet.
Yep, no way.
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What's your name and
Who are
rank?
you? What was your rank on the Gernsback?
I can't think. The leader thinks for us and we serve. So we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them. So they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Watch out!
Hunters! They won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
Charge him up!
Oh, that's great.
Get me off your damn scope!
Nice!
Really, Jacob? Really?
Eat it!
Right! On target!
See me.
Get over here!
Let's play Poppers the Weasel
Going
round.
Look out!
And... Speak up. Thank you. And we're done here.
So, that's neural decay, huh? They just seemed regular old crazy to me.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
Jacob, can you just... Shush. Just shush. Quiet. Please.
You killed them, but there are more every day. They want to fight, but I just want to go home.
She's lost it. We need to find someone who can make sense of this.
From what I understand, Jacob, basically, your father is the leader. They're all nutso. Some are psycho nutso, some are regular nutso, and it's not just a big problem. We don't know if we can fix it, if we can get them off the planet, and they don't have to eat this ridiculous food that causes neural decay anymore. If it does fix them, whoopee! We win! Goody goody gumdrops for us. If not, well then there's a problem. But Jacob, just be quiet, shut up, and let me deal with the problem. Please. It'd be just fantastic if you would just keep your mouth shut. I like you, but you're not my favorite.
They attack because he exiled them. We serve so he'll call the sky.
Okay, you just stay here. Don't get shot. Please. At least you can still talk. That's something good, I think. I believe. Hoping. It's something. Okay.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure.
Let's keep going.
Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
Jacob. Khakis. Quiet.
They're wearing the same uniform as the ones who attacked us, but they don't look ready for a fight.
Causes the
Is this an
difference.
earlier stage, or did the exile make the others violent?
Either way, it is kind of weird there aren't any men around.
It is.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Well, that's not a good sign.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop.
Neural decay, memory loss, maybe. Who knows?
Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
Yes, Jacob, I understand. I don't need you to recite things for me, please.
He has a cruel face. His cruel face.
Why is it all women?
Go away. You are like him. You will keep us here.
I can't talk to you. I don't want punishing.
I have a bad feeling that he has created a harem of some sort, and this is the result. Great.
What the hell? Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
Yeah.
He keeps us, protects us, and we please him like he demands.
That's bad.
The hunters will kill you. They fight because he exiled them and waited too long.
He is bad. He has a bad face like the other. Like him. You'll hurt me.
No, I'm not. And if somebody wants to hurt you, I'll definitely make sure they can't anymore. Hey look, credits. Hey look. Destroys. And I'm stuck on a rock, of course I am. Yay.
Backup systems engaged. Have engaged. Weapons are forbidden. Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
That was awesome.
He did this to his own men? Who the hell?
Looks like
You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Think on your own time. What's in there?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
Well, kind of sounds like he's not a good person.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Yeah.
Does it say why he separated the men and women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard, I don't see any justification.
I don't either.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
That's great. But
It's looking like he only activated the beacon because the men have come back ready to fight.
He let this happen, and now it's biting him in the ass. 9 years. Why didn't he set it right? I need to find this man.
You and me both, buddy. You and me both. Hey look, more Paragon. I can bypass. And there we are. All good. That's bad.
Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free.
Yeah, that's a line. We all know it.
God damn it. It's really...
Ah, it looks like that dried up body was left as a warning. These newer ones were just dumped here.
The hunters started fighting back.
Yeah, he's a bad person. Let's go take care of him. You know, bud, if I'm supposed to help you, you're supposed to,
Excuse me.
not get in my way.
Careful, requesting assistance.
I've got him!
Collision proximity
Good job.
warning.
Careful. I automated my defenses after the crew turned violent. They keep attacking.
Don't need to hear excuses, just need to hear quiet. Loading.
Logan! Offline.
Good job. You're awesome. Great googly moogly.
Have a nice trip!
I hope they do. There we are. There's this. There's them. Reloading.
Going dark.
Beautiful.
My shields are down.
Have you been thinking?
There we go.
Come on over!
Reload.
Got it!
Hostile forces having critical system damage. Excuse me.
Here of importance. No, not really. Okay.
I've got him!
Good job, bud. You go get him. Hey, guess what? Peekaboo.
Can't do that right now.
Have a nice trip!
Voila.
Distracted, but it's getting dangerous. Thank God you've come.
He had his fun, and now he wants out. Son of a bitch.
Yep. Well, time to go kick your dad's ass. Okay, let's run. Let's play.
Requesting assistance.
That had to hurt.
Impact status effect. Careful. Rerouting forces have engaged. Careful, requesting assistance.
There we go.
Took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
I'm fighting them.
Throwing people away.
Take care of
This
you.
thing is not my father.
And not the good way. Yeah, you're right. It's not your father. Sorry about this, buddy.
Look out!
Get over here.
Okay. Time to run over here. Okay, guess what it's time for.
Found that drone!
Come on, get down, you stupid. There we go. Next.
They've seen us.
So, boys. There we are.
Enough with the
Taking that,
toys.
that's
I need to
mine.
look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
Yeah. Shush. Let me search and take things that aren't mine so we can get in here. Just have a good old time. Nice little conversation with your dad. Okay? Skill free for me before I do anything else. Anything of interest here? Where is it? No, nothing. How disappointing.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've got to have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Never mind. Explain yourself.
Doesn't matter. You're running a very questionable setup here, Captain. Explain.
Of course. It was chaos after the crash, and the crew never really accepted me as captain. They rebelled and trapped us here. Once they started eating the toxic food, I couldn't control them. And I couldn't get to the beacon.
Just stop. We know what you did to your crew. Why let this go 10 years?
Who the hell are you?
Taylor. Lieutenant Jacob Taylor.
Jacob. My Jacob?
Yeah, surprise.
Not who you expected, Captain?
I was hoping not to have to explain this to him. Or anyone, really. You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
Yeah,
I'm
touching
not
but I don't
biting,
bite.
Captain. At some point, you chose to do this to your crew. You.
What was that moment? I want to know that there was an actual reason.
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
Time for
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after things escalated here, it seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
Other
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
Tempting? Taken too far.
Can't say this wouldn't be a hell of a vacation, but you don't get to just walk away after all this time.
You're damn right he doesn't. What happened here, I should vent his head. But he's not even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
I'd just shoot him.
I'm pretty sure we can spare the ammo.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm not taking the shot. My father owned his mistakes. He was a different man. A good man.
Half-charged. You've seen the crazy ones. This won't stop them.
It's not for them, Dad.
Well, that whole mission took a big turn I was not expecting. His father was not a good person.
Pick up survivors, Commander. We can be long gone by the time they get here.
It better be.
They get as much as a glimpse, and you're restricted to decaf.
Great, may as well serve it in the airlock, you hard ass.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Still toying with
Really?
us.
Because given the result, it feels like something you'd have your hands in.
You know very little about me, Shepard. Don't presume to understand my intentions. Cerberus is ultimately about humanity. My people are valuable to me.
Fine, you didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
Yeah, we
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
You alright?
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor's body has some catching up to do, but the man died a long time ago. I've already dealt with that. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
I'm sorry about that.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this.
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
Yeah, go for her. Have some fun. Hi, Darkness. How are you?
Come on, we got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard. Thanks for the help.
Welcome.
Anytime, Jacob.
Well, I'm glad I have a lurker. Let's see. Okay, thank God. Renegade is still above Paragon. Okay, I guess I better go talk to the crew again. probe bag. I want to get that, but I want to get the big upgrade, and that's going to take a long time. It's neat. It's neat. Let's use element 0. Stuff. Set to the element 0. Iridium stuff. Sorry. Oh, that's cool. Zero. Six prototypes. Automatic boost. Do this one. Okay. Zero. Let's reorganize this minute. Chance to get, so this way. Transfer this out as quickly as possible. Some shot. There, I'm happy with it. Do that yet. It's 3 in. Get some other stuff. We're done for now.
Still hard to believe Malin betrayed me. Betrayed my work. Disgusted by his actions. Proud of his nerve, though. Always thought he lacked backbone. Shame I had to kill him. Might have made a good member of the team. Willing to get his hands dirty.
What about Malin's data on the genophage? His attempts at a cure?
What about it? Have it over there somewhere. Not dealing with it now. Need to focus on collectors. Not important now, regardless. Appreciate you helping me back on Tuchanka. Should get back to work. Wasted enough time already. Lots to do. Talk later? Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Having trouble working between your interruptions and Edie's insistence that insane experiments endanger entire crew. Hard to concentrate. Affecting morale. Anything else?
No, I'll leave you alone.
I'll let you work. We'll be here if you need me.
Sorry, buddy. Let's go this way. Let's go talk to Khakis.
Thanks for diverting to the Gernsback, Shepard. I appreciate being able to clean up that mess. Maybe not the best way to learn about the relatives, but I'm glad it's done. What do you need?
I'm interested in getting to know you better.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Let's go talk to Joker. Joker.
That stuff with Jacob's dad, it's bullshit, right? Because it looked like bullshit to me.
That's it for now.
See you,
Yes, Shepard.
I don't want to
That's
talk
all
to you.
for now.
I hate you.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Commander.
Let's talk to you.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Quiet enough. What the?
Trouble?
No, it's nothing. Son of a... Very funny, Edie. Real original. Stop it.
You did insist on manual control, Mr. Moreau.
Of course.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Okay, children, stop fighting. Okay, time to go take care of my fish and work our way down.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Every time. Get it done here. Dear Sir, Madam, having consulted with my colleagues at the Citadel, I have privilege to request for your assistance to transfer a large quantity of poison to plunged in concrete silos, leaving these materials to be hazardous danger. You're locked in quarantine, even testing your level of temperatures regardless, marked as convected to one. Okay, for permanent request of reclassification from the Cultural Ministry. Knowing of your interest in protein technology, I would be happy to deliver notes to it into your hands, keeping less than half of myself as a Vegetarian. I can engage in council official activities, but if you transfer the 2,000 credits required to me, this exchange will be made. Name enabling us both to prevent this happy accident, please. Bye. Originally with your credit transfer account information. Yeah, no. Not dark. Dear Human, the clan leader told me how to get in touch with you. I don't remember much of what happened, but the chief scout said you were in spot. I got pod out of the fire when I got caught and poisoned over at the Wirelock camp. Thanks. Next time I have a chance to kill you, won't. Also go into blood rage or something. I got to go to the female camp after cover, and it was pretty good. I was actually thinking of joining the blood pack before this happened. I think it's going to stay here instead. Cool. I'm glad I could help you, buddy. Hey, field medic. How are you? Fish. Gotta feed the fish. Can't forget the fish. Where the fuck are my fish? Okay, you know what? There's not gonna be any more fish. They keep dying or whatever. I'm so pissed off. Currently, not a happy camper. I'm also tired. And that's nothing new. Let's go talk to Miranda.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
Okay.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Goodbye. Dude, stuff.
Commander, those provisions you provided were perfect. I owe you. I've already thrown together some of my calamari gumbo. Here, try a bite.
Sure.
Truth told, it's based on an Asari recipe. Seems a little cannibalistic to me with their tentacle heads and all, but they ain't no good grub. Anyway, thanks again. You really came through.
Always willing to help. Just didn't, like, accidentally kill me.
Shepard, need me for something?
Can we talk?
Have you got a minute?
Definitely. Part of me still thinks we're crazy for even considering blowing off steam, but I want to try it with you. I want a few moments that are just for us before we throw ourselves into hell for the good of the galaxy.
Is this gonna be like every time I talk to you? I feel the same way.
I want that too, Garrus.
Glad to hear it. I'll do some, research and figure out how to, you know... Okay, that sounded bad.
Oh, buddy, have fun. I'm leaving. If that's every conversation,
something different with tonight's meal. Seems like you put in more food and less ass.
Be nice to him. He makes your food. You don't want to know if he spits in it.
I hope we can go to Omega soon.
I'll think about that. Meanwhile, I have to go.
Of course.
There you are. You blend right in.
Hey, got a minute? The word is that Garrus really likes you. I can never tell with Turians. I think you should go for it. A lot of people want to see you two together.
Okay, well that's the plan. Thanks, though. I really like you. You're a nice person, I think.
Jacob deserves better than a father like that. I probably would have wanted to shoot him too.
Same here.
I'm glad to hear Thane and his son are back in touch. It'll be hard, but I think they'll be fine.
Me too.
Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Okay, bye. Life support. Thane, how you doing, buddy?
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Of course, Shepard. Join me.
I've been thinking about you.
And I you.
Oh, Lord.
But it's occurred to me that I might not be foremost in your mind.
I'm with someone else,
I'm
buddy.
sorry, Thane. I don't think we should continue this.
We didn't do
I'm under
anything
no
in the first
illusions.
place.
My body's time grows short. If you change your mind, I will wait.
Literally, dude, all I said was that I was here for you. I meant it as a friend. As a friend, not as anything else. I was trying to be nice. Look, next time I play this game, I'll romance you. Uh-huh. Alpha response from Thane. Uh-huh. Hey, how much you wanna bet that Jack's gonna yell at me? My friend in the darkness, I beseech you. Answer my questions.
Hey.
What's happening?
Shepard, we talked enough. You're just pissing around. No hard feelings, but I don't want to play.
You know, I wish I could just reach through the screen and just smack you silly.
I should go. Whatever.
Well, you're like a teenager. What are you, 16? I know you're not gonna talk to me.
I hear that Rupert is actually cooking some good meals lately.
Yeah, right. That scunner couldn't serve a good haggis if his life depended on it.
But all haggis tastes like ass anyway.
Aye, but in the right hands, it can taste like mighty fine ass.
And that's where I walk away. Grunt, you're not gonna break any more windows?
Bird not grunt. I like it. I have a clan. That makes me... It makes me want to fight, not just able to. And Uvink, I wanted to disembowel him, to tear out his spine like a trophy.
I did this to calm you down, buddy.
We started this because you were losing control. Now you sound more violent than ever.
Rex said I was normal. Just had this built-up stuff because of being grown in the tank. Now that I know it's not an outside thing, and I have a place as a Krogan, I like it. Our enemies are in trouble, Shepard, and we better not run out of targets.
No shortage there, bud.
There's no danger of that. They're practically lining up.
Everyone gets a turn. Ha! Wouldn't want it any other way.
Bye, bud. Thanks for not smashing any more windows. Let's go see Gramps. Grandpa, tell me a story.
Back for another lesson?
Yes, sirroo.
I've done a lot of crazy things, but I never tried to take on a Thresher-Maw on foot before. Standard operating procedure when you get a Thresher-Maw is run the hell away. Pick up sticks, move the hell out. Krogan don't know any better, I guess. Still, hell of a fight.
Yep, it was.
Can't say I blame Taylor's pop. A man does what he has to do to survive. Ran up against a Batarian camp, not too different from that one. Job was to erase the whole thing from the map. Men, women, and the man in charge. Learned that day that despots are cowards. You show them you're in charge, not them, and they cry like little girls.
Hey there, Grandpa, calm down.
I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
Hey, bye, Grandpa. Yeah, I agree. He's not gonna cost the elusive man so much money. He's finally stopped breaking the dang windows. By the way, why do we have windows on a spaceship? What's the purpose of that? Seems kinda stupid. Hey, guess who we're gonna go... Let me rephrase that before my brain decides to really mess that up. Guess what we're gonna do next? We're gonna do Tali's quest! Yay! After I probe some planets. Scan.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
Yeah, I bet that's exactly what the Lucid Man is thinking. Probably like,
Probe
why did I
launched.
even let this happen?
Probe away.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched.
All I want is I want to get that stupid med
Probe
bag.
away.
Because it cost me the most resources.
Launching
Minerals, whatever you
probe.
want to call it. That's all I want. Ooh. Yes.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe.
That's a nice one.
Probe away.
There's
Probe
another one.
launched. Launching probe.
And I've got one more.
Probe away.
Okay, and it's time to go. I need to go get more probes, and definitely gonna use them on this other little planet. Fuel depot. Buy some fuel. Buy some probes. Explore the system. That's really pretty. Small gas giant is probably hydrogen methane around 4. There's no remaining traces of civilization from whatever on it itself, but debris orbiting the planet indicate that artificial satellites were once in place or being destroyed. Okay.
Launching probe.
It's a really, really beautiful planet.
Launching probe.
Oh god, I'm
Launching
tired.
probe. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe launched.
Look, I hit 50.
Probe away.
Yes.
Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched.
Did they really get rid of this on the third one? Because if they did, I
Probe
would be so
launched.
happy. 'Cause this is so freaking tedious.
Probe away. Probe away. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe.
And look at that. That one's done. Depot. Here we are. Explorer. Ah yes, hydrogen healing gas giant. Orbit takes an anti-system mass relay, useful event for drive core discharges and automated healing for your fueling platforms. Fortunately, its orbit is currently taking it away from the planet and will continue this inconvenience for the next 3 galactic standard years. Okay.
Probe away.
Oh god.
Probe away. Launching probe.
Let's see. I'm okay, I guess. I'm very tired.
Probe away.
And I mean, I guess I'm doing something cool. I'm playing this game.
Launching probe.
I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. Like
launching
a lot. And so far, sorry. So far, the Garrus romance, I just find it funny. I don't know. I guess I get some weird entertainment out of watching this
probe launched.
Garrus just be like flustered and not know what to do. I think it's hilarious.
Launching probe.
And every time I see him, he's just, like on that one topic of
probe
conversation.
Probe launched.
Should have drank coffee before I started streaming, but I didn't do that.
Probe launched.
Because I'm dumb.
Probe launched. Launching probe.
So what have you been up
probe
to?
Away.
Done anything fun?
Probe launched.
And this is where I leave. Let's go pay for some stuff. Whatever you want to call it. Lordy Lou. That's cool. And I agree with you. He is definitely awkward with women. body slam that takes massive damage. Massive boost your armor. Shock enemy with pain. It's damage to health of organic targets. Transforms absorbed biotic energy into heavier damage against health, armor, and static barriers. I don't like the idea of fortification. Do fortification. Since I have a really bad habit of standing in front of gunfire and dying. Zero. Look, that's done. I have one shipment that needs to be done. Requires 50,000. So much this. Generate. That is so much. So much stuff I still need to get. So I'll just keep going. Research. Okay, and that's done for now. And I will explore more later. But for now, let's go take care of another companion quest.
No messages for you, Commander.
Thank you, lady. Let's go more of here later. I don't know. Going. Tali. Samara. Let's go here. Well, that's really cool looking. Like I flew through it. Okay, migrant fleet of 50,000 craft holding over 17 million Aquarians. The migrant fleet is the largest array of spacefaring vessels in the galaxy. Aquarians are on pilgrimage, have visited most settled worlds in the galaxy. Few outsiders have ever stepped foot inside the Aquarian ships. Cool! Let's dock. Taking Garrus. Come on, buddy, let's go. I need to do stuff. Except it's done. Paris, buddy. Finish this one up for you. It's done. Let's go.
This is Talizora Vasnima Naraya, requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Talizora.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
Captain Shepard, Talizora told me a lot about you. I wish we could be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
Me too. While I do a
Tali helped the Normandy's crew out of many difficult situations. I'm here to return the favor.
I understand. As the commander of the vessel she serves on, your voice carries weight. I wish I could do more to help, Tali. The trial requires that I be officially neutral, but I'm here if you need to talk. They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
Okay, so what do we do now?
Let's deal with that later, Tali. What's our next step, Captain?
Technically, I'm under orders to place Talizora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
Okay.
You should speak with Admiral Rand. She's waiting for you up ahead.
Okay.
I can't believe they're charging Talizora with such a thing.
Yeah, I can't either.
Talizora can't even get a Quarian captain to stand for her. She's as good as convicted.
Aren't she rude? This is so weird being on this show.
Talizora Vas Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron, Shepard Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaran Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
What does her name matter?
I take it being associated with a human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as Talizora Vasnima. Whatever we must call you legally.
It's part of the
You're
trial.
an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
That sucks.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side?
Indeed, she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
What? So, you would actually speak for my defense?
Well, I'm honored.
I'll do everything in my power to help you, Tali.
Thank you, Shepard. I could not ask for a better counselor.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you.
This is so odd. I have a feeling this is going to go badly, like with the council. Hopefully these won't end up dead.
This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keelas Alai. The accused Tali Azora Vas Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against a charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Tali crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus. By right as Tali's captain, Shepard must stay.
Haha.
Objection withdrawn.
Shepard Vas Normandy, your crew member Tali Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
Of course. I'll put on the charm.
If it helps Tali, I will. But in her heart, she remains Tali Zora Vas Nima, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that her captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Zalcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admirals, please. Shepard's willingness to represent Tali Zora in this hearing is appreciated. Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
She's innocent.
Tali would never endanger the migrant fleet. She pleads not guilty.
I left parts and technology for teams to pick up. My father ordered me to do so, but I would never send active guests to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
I want to punch him. Am I allowed to punch him at some point?
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
Look at her, she's stunned.
As you can see, Tali is as surprised as I am by news of a Geth attack.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you bastet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
You think Tali's helping the Geth? Maybe killing a few dozen will prove her loyalty.
We do not accuse Tali of aiding the Geth cause. We accuse her of carelessness that endangered the fleet.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai. You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. A shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Okay, let's go. We got this. What's a few Geth versus a frickin' Reaper?
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but...
I bet they don't know.
I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
just get moving.
Come on, we've got Geth to kill.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Of course
Understood. Whatever Geth are on the Alarai have likely built more of themselves. Expect heavy resistance.
Always expected, honey. Always expected.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alarai. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
I understand.
At least someone here's looking out for Tali. Will retaking the Alarai really help her case?
Tali showing a desire to correct mistakes she may have made will make up for a lot of lost ground. But more importantly, you may find evidence of what happened. With luck, it will exonerate Tali from any wrongdoing.
I'm supposed to care about that now? All I want to do is find Father.
You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
Necessary evidence.
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
Okay. Admirals and
There
fighting.
seem to be some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You caught that? Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the homeworld.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
Well,
I know
that's a
the
bad
migrant
idea.
fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepard. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
I get it. Lab ship.
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Real Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
So we have no
You're
idea.
saying there's no data about the inside of the ship?
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
How long have you known Tali's family?
Since before Real was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tali was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tali from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
In a bubble.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean rooms safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There's a celebration when a child gets her first suit. It's a coming of age.
Cool.
I'm not hearing much about Rail's involvement in Tali's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
It's all right, Anshala. No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shepard about my father.
If you say so. Real was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That was how he showed his love.
Okay.
We should move on.
Good luck on the Alarai.
Okay, let's keep going.
Tali Zora is the pride of our fleet. They can't exile her.
This is such an interesting place to be.
Shepard spoke well to the admirals.
I can't believe they're charging Tali Zora with such a thing.
Tali Zora Vas Nima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vas Normandy.
Okay, we're
Let's
ready.
head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Tali Zora. Kila Selai.
Well, let's get going.
Look out!
Want some more? Combat drones away.
Loading. I see that big boy.
One down.
Okay. Nobody else coming in. We're good. Oh, I was wrong. Spoke too soon.
Clocked hostile. Look sharp.
Loading. Bye, friend. Bye, friend. Load. Ourselves. And also scavenge. Laptop. This.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Rail Zora ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
Well, it sounds like your dad did it up. Nothing else? Let's go. Okay, what's in here? Open door. If anything pops up, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay. And there we are. I'm getting good at that.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
Okay, shipping method.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secure drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Salvage.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Thank you for telling me that.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
That better? Okay, good. Let's open this one. I hate this. Let's see. And there we are.
I'll take it.
Oh, got shield strength. What's this?
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize... Oh, Keela. How many get their networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down! Shut everything down! They're in the system!
That's not good.
Heads up!
Okay, and... Hi, big boy. And goodbye. Laptop. Laptop. Okay. This. My passing. And there we go. Credits. I figured that was gonna happen. Hi, biggin. Reloading.
There we go.
Big boy's down. That's good.
Clocked hostiles. Look sharp.
Load.
We made you, we can break.
Come on. There we go. You're done. Hi, buddy. Loading. And you go down, please. Thank you.
Overriding its friend or foe detection.
Okay, we're good. Medkit. What's this? Ah, great. And there we are. Credits. This.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Okay.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Yes, I know. So, anything useful?
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
It's a worthy
You'll reclaim
promise.
your homeworld someday, Tali. If your father can't help you, I will.
Taking back our planet would only be the beginning. We'd have to cannibalize our fleet to rebuild cities and infrastructure. It would take generations of gene therapy to readapt our immune system so we could live without suits again. We'd be adapting our entire culture. Again. Sometimes I wonder if it's actually worth it.
It's worth
If
it.
you don't take back your home, the Geth win.
I won't let that happen. Not today. Not ever. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
Coming. Okay, let's go.
That one hit!
Here we are. Hi, buddy. Hi, big boy.
I love this rifle.
Deploying combat drone.
Never saw me come!
Come on. There we are. Ah, there you are. I was wondering where you were. Hi. Okay, let's get down here. And it's this.
First entry. Our hacking attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness. Hack one process and the others autocorrect. Still, we're making progress. Rail Zora is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rail Zora.
Okay. On top. Medkit. Excuse me. Let's go.
Father! No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me to...
Hey, come here.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
You got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
You don't know how he would have ended that message.
Yes. I do. Come on. Let's finish this.
Okay. Let's go then. big boy. Jesus. Cheese and crackers, stay still! Oh my god, that's big. You can have it. It's yours! You know what this is a job for? This is a job for this. Hi, buddy. And you're down. Okay, we're good. Is that it? Atakian Storm, thank you for following me. Appreciate it. And I hope I pronounced your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Actually, I should use this one instead. Quarian stuff.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
Okay, let's hear it.
Play the recording.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
Well, thank you again. And sorry about Twitch not letting you raid me. That did sound kind of bad.
Your father was deliberately networking the Geth to Sapiens to do weapons tests.
That breaks our most sacred laws. Laws that predate our flight from the homeworld. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but this... When this comes up in the trial, they'll... We can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Well, thank you, and Legend, thank you for joining chat. It's a look. It's not any. Awesome! This is my first time ever playing Mass Effect, so... Honestly, I'm enjoying it so far. Never played it. Never even heard of it until now, actually. We need to use this.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
I started on 1. Father's dead,
Zora
honey.
doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shepard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shepard.
Well done, girl. You do what you gotta do. I'm doing Renegade.
We're not gonna decide anything here. Let's see what the Admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
I mean, hey, we can come back as ghosts. Scare them to death. Huh, thanks. I figured I'd do something I don't normally do, which is be the bad guy.
Face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think Tali Zora survived.
Bro.
Sounds like the hearing is already underway.
She's right here.
The Quarian Marines lasted less than 5 minutes, Admiral. Call it.
A pity Shepard Vast Normandy is a better speaker than a soldier. I recommend posthumously exiling Tali Zora.
Somebody needs to be hit in the head. Real hard. Nice good thump. Love crack would do better,
Is the
actually.
Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
That actually sounds
Sorry,
fun.
we're
I wish I
late.
could do that. You know, you could have waited,
Waste much time
jackasses.
declaring us dead. Go get your ship.
We apologize, Shepard. Your success in taking back the Alarai is very unexpected.
Oh, I bet, hun.
Also very welcome.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Oh, quite a lot, honey. Not that I'm gonna tell you.
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
Gosh darn it, I wish I had more Renegade, just so I could say that they were wasting our time, because they really are. They're just like the Council, I could just shake them. Yeah, their leadership really does suck. Since I love the people that are on my ship, I'll be nice. Even though I know I'm gonna regret it later, because it's gonna make the Paragon go up.
We found nothing on the Alarai that we wish to submit as evidence.
Tali?
I have nothing to say.
Then, with no further testimony, I ask those rendering judgments to do so now.
Ah, thanks. I'm gonna need it. Can I punch you? All of you? Really hard, like I did that reporter. Please?
Tali Zora, you are hereby found guilty of treason against the Quarian people and sentenced to exile. Shepard Vast Normandy, the fleet appreciates the passion and honor with which you represented one of our people.
I wouldn't suggest going to war.
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
Tali Zora Vast Normandy, you have 6 hours to leave. Would you like to request any personal possessions from the fleet?
No, thank you, Admiral. Everything I need is here.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora Vast Normandy. Kila Salai.
Cool, I'm glad I'm the first.
Well, that's that. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Well, gotta say, this was a
I
mistake.
did what you wanted, Tali, but I still don't agree with it.
It's not what I had hoped for either. But the good of the people comes first. My father taught me that. Thank you for honoring my decision. It means more to me than... It means a great deal. It's strange. After I walk out of here, I don't know where I'm going.
You're coming with me.
Wherever we end up, I'll be with you, Tali Zora Vast Normandy.
Thank you, Captain.
Yeah, you're welcome. Next time you need a stupid decision made, do it yourself, and then I'm gonna smack you in the head for it. Ah, God, so much Paragon. I'm gonna have to go kill somebody.
least Rael Zora's hands were clean. What would have happened if he'd been involved?
I can agree with
She
that.
acted like she wanted to be exiled.
Cause she did. Cause she did.
Talis
Let me
was
tell you
exiled and
everything.
her father dead. It's so sad.
Oh
I
my
can't
god.
believe all of this was Tali Zora's fault.
Actually, you know, it's not her fault. It's kind of her father's fault. We'll say it's her father's fault. But hold on a second right here. I blame their whole freaking governmental system and that one jerk in the group that I couldn't hit. Okay? I blame him. He's a problem. Needs to be fixed. Y'all should fix him.
I can't believe you did this, Tali.
It's over, Captain. Let it go.
The crew of the Raya taught you better than this, Tali Zora. Get off my ship.
Yep, I do. And you, sir, need to be nicer. Too bad there isn't like a punch button. Treason! Yay! So fun!
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Every time, as soon as I walk away. Ugh. The food made me sick. Doctors are helping me now. When Dr. Nurse Jacob, he says he can tell you this. You could write this for me, but I want to do it. Wanted to do it. I need to use my words. My words are coming back. I can talk well. Reading is hard, but I'm getting better. I have to get better. Taylor wanted me like this. He wanted my words gone. I have to show him that he lost. I am that weak. He did things to me, and he can't now. He can't take away my words. He can't make me not me anymore because you and Jacob stopped him. Thank you. Welcome. I'm glad I did what I did with him. He deserved it, and much more. That's sir, or madam, whoever, whatever. That's a good idea. I like that idea. Why can't I do that idea? That'd be a great idea. Assassination! Why can't I assassinate them? I mean, I did it to the council, technically. Can't I do it to them? They deserve it. They're jerks. Like the council was. Morden, I wanted to talk to you.
How can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, good timing, in fact. Excellent. Made breakthrough. Can share results while next samples grow. Hate waiting for culture analysis. Never fast enough. Usually no result in advance. Just checking work. Have to be careful. Getting off track. Discovery. Based on Prothean collector connection, can examine technology, chart Reaper species modification, fall of Protheans.
You know, that decision probably says a lot about me as a person. But we're not going to go there with that. Perhaps it just says I don't like leadership. I'm interested.
Tell me what happened.
Early stages similar to indoctrination can guess captured Protheans lost intelligence over several cloned generations. Cybernetic augmentation widespread afterward. As Protheans failed, Reapers added tech to compensate. Mental capacity almost gone, replaced by overworked sensory input transfers. Transmitting data to masters.
Good point. But still, I hated the council so much, and I really don't like Quarian's leadership either, so oof. And I am not a perfect Cerberus candidate. I don't like Cerberus either, okay? I'm on nobody's side but my own in this whole shebang. How's this help us?
Does knowing how the Protheans fell tell us anything useful about how to stop the Collectors or the Reapers?
Not yet. More useful as motivation. Effects on Protheans more than indoctrination, body modification. No self-preservation instinct. Old injuries not healed, no reproduction, just cloning. Technology overriding biology, not augmenting. No art, no culture, closer to husks than slaves. Tools for Reapers. Protheans dead, Collectors just final insult. Must be destroyed.
I look nicer for some reason. That's great. Let's not let that become us, okay, guys?
Thanks for sharing what you've learned, Morden.
Proud to be here, Shepard. Thank you for including me.
Very welcome. Love you, Morden. You're one of the best. You're one of my favorites. Let's go talk to Jake from State Farm. Let's see what he has to say to me. If anything. Ah, that's why!
Commander, can I help you with something?
Yeah, talk to me.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. I could use some downtime. There's always something, right? The way some people talk, we may as well be dead already. Hard for the crew to relax on this kind of job.
The ship needs a bar. I want a bar.
No kidding. The next Normandy gets a lounge.
They better not need to do this again. Rebuilding everything was a pain in the ass.
I can verify that.
Yeah, I bet you can. I doubt they'll front the money to stitch me back together if we screw it up. It's a hell of a job, isn't it, Shepard? Being the good guys.
I mean, I'm not really good. I'm just kind of a jerk. But... okay. I am romancing Garrus. And in Mass Effect 1, I romanced Liara. I wouldn't
I'm not
know.
trying to be a good guy. I've just got a job to do.
It's hard for me to separate the two. But you make the big calls. Glad it's not my job. Anyway, I need to get back to work. Good talking to you.
Oh, and how'd I strike you as a Garrus? Let's go downstairs. Rand, talk to me.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
How did I know that would be the answer?
Of course, Commander.
Ah, cool. It was either Garrus or Thane.
Thank you, Commander. Rupert put the new supplies to good use.
Hey, you're welcome. It cost me a good amount of money. Not that I really care, I'm frickin' rich. Garrus! Garrus!
Shepard.
Hi.
Need me for
This is
something?
gonna be another awkward conversation.
Have you got a minute?
Definitely. Part of me still thinks we're crazy for even
Not this conversation
blowing
again.
off steam. But I want to try it with you. I want a few moments that are just for us before we throw ourselves into hell for the good of the galaxy.
Okay.
I want that too, Garrus.
Glad to hear it. I'll do some, research and figure out how to, you know... Okay, that sounded bad.
Him being awkward is hilarious. Caden survived. I love you.
I'm really glad you got Tali out of trouble with the migrant fleet. It's hard to see her upset.
Yeah, it really is.
I usually travel hidden away in cargo bays. It's nice to be able to look out a window for a change.
Again, I know I'm being a jerk with this one, but why do we have windows? We're at a spaceship. Oh, hallelujah! Thank God. I'm so glad. I can close the window? Oh, I can close the window! That's staying closed. I'm scared to go talk to Thane. I don't want to have another awkward conversation, so we're not going to have one. I can't talk to you because I have to do your thing. That's the restroom. I need to get back to the elevator. Let's go downstairs. Let's go talk to Jack. He's gonna yell at me again. Because why not? Actually, no, I'm not going to talk to Jack. I really don't want to, because Jack's a jerk.
Shepard.
Hi.
Just checking in. How are you doing?
I'm branching out. Got a list of enemies now. They all give me joy when I picture cutting them, crushing them. There's this one imprint, a Solarian with the... what are they? The things on his head pulled apart? Bet it caused a generation of revenge. What is that, a few weeks for them? So what did you want?
Okay, buddy. You're still not my favorite at all. You're like on the very low tier, bottom, way bottom. I'm just glad you're not breaking anything. Jack is scary. Awesome, but also utterly terrifying. Oh, she can get up and open the window. Just don't have it open in my presence. It's about as bad as being in the ocean. I don't like the ocean, and I don't like the sky. I like the ground, where it's safe. You know? Where at least if I'm gonna die, I'm not gonna drown. Or die from lack of oxygen in some way. Save some for our
Don't wear
enemies.
yourself out on someone else's memories. We've got our own bad guys to fight.
Your enemies are my enemies. We'll shove the Collector's claws where a dark sun can't shine, and they will deserve it. I won't disrespect their strengths by doing less than the worst of them.
And that's what we need. Thank you for
That's
that, buddy.
thinking that will save a galaxy.
You make it possible, Shepard. You're my battle master. You give me purpose. That's what makes Krogan feared soldiers and not animals. Lead well, Shepard. You have my respect.
I'm glad. But you're no Rex. I miss him. It's good seeing him. What did Joker say about Jack? I don't remember. Run in the darkness! You gonna scream at me again? Let's go see. Hi.
Hey.
Yell at me.
What's happening?
Shepard, we talked enough.
And
You're just
I'm
pissing
done.
around.
Goodbye.
No hard feelings, but I don't want to play.
I should go.
Whatever.
Oh god, I'm tired.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Oh,
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
Say something. Anything. Something funny.
Keela, I'm sorry I dragged you into Quarian politics. All that infighting, seeing what my father did. It's strange, but being exiled doesn't even bother me that much.
So this is really final?
Aren't there any political cards you can play to get them to reconsider?
Nothing is final. Maybe something we find on the Collector homeworld will be worth my reinstatement. But if not, I don't have any regrets. I'm right where I want to be.
I mean, I'm glad you want to be here, but also I know you really love your people and you want to be with your people. And I still think your decision was stupid, but I went along with it to make you happy. I should have just been a jerk, like I planned to be. That would have been
you're
smart.
okay, but it will be harder once our mission against the Collectors is over.
I know, but I wasn't exiled for a lapse in judgment or a horrible mistake. I got exiled for the good of the fleet, and I never have to feel guilty about leaving the fleet to serve on the Normandy.
Before I go any farther, I don't remember if I said this, but Legend, thank you for following me. Sorry about that. It'll get
Glad
worse.
you're okay, but it will be harder once our mission against the Collectors is over.
I know, but I wasn't exiled for a lapse in judgment or a horrible mistake. I got exiled for the good of the fleet, and I never have to feel guilty about leaving the fleet to serve on the Normandy.
Well, I'm glad, I guess. I think. I'm not sure. Just, whatever.
I just wanted to check in.
Thanks, Shepard. I'm really okay, but I appreciate you asking.
Okay, that's it for here. Okay, I agree with Joker's comment. He's a smart man. Very smart man. Grandpa! Grandpa!
Back for more?
Yes, sir. Always, sir.
I was shadowing this rookie on an infiltration run to an Eclipse base on Tatis. Good kid, but he had no business handling a rifle. In the shuttle on the way down, he puked in his helmet. We hit some turbulence, and with all the crap sloshing around, he thought he'd been shot in the head. Went back to the Alliance. Here he's a governor now.
Good for him, I guess. Anything else, Gramps?
One time we were trying to clear out this gun nest outside a base on Vtuber. Nothing we did even made a dent in that thing. Someone had the bright idea to kidnap a local girl, strap grenades on her, and make her go seduce the guy in the bunker. Terrible thing, I tell you. Well, she went up there, knocked on the door, and nothing. Grenades never went off. But the guy stopped shooting, and we snuck by. Never found out what happened.
Okay, then. That was actually a really interesting one. Thanks, Gramps. Bye. Squad. Okay, so I need to do more Renegade. I'll do Samara's companion quest next, I guess. Again, Joker, smart man. I guess I should go see if Joker has anything new to say before I head out to the next mission.
I'm glad that mess is over for Tali, Commander. Some of those Quarians. I guess living your whole life aboard a ship can really mess with your priorities. Not that I would know. I'll just burn myself. Great.
Well, Joker, I love you.
For now.
See you, Commander.
See you, buddy. Well, since I'm here, let's go. I don't know. Let's go do something. Okay. No! I wanted to go to the planet. I couldn't see because. Considered a bargain world, given the program to complete them because no one else wanted to live on such a frozen rock. Okay, and thank you again. Them because no one else wanted to live on such a frozen rock, technically a life-bearing world. Garvik has a small farm built around its equator and well insulated marine life in its seas. By the turn of the century, the Krogan had completely adapted, breeding hundreds of younglings per family in vast underground bunkers. By the turn of the next century, its narrow strips of coral reef had been destroyed by overfishing and pollutants. Excess Krogan took the stars to find another planet to consume. It was treated as an object lesson by the Citadel Council. The Krogan could not be trusted to check their own numbers. There's a frozen wasteland home to the corporate eco-engineering efforts trying to implement sustainable agri and agriculture practices. Krogan and Vorcha pacts are a constant threat, and the corporations pay mercenaries well to keep their operations safe. Okay.
Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched.
Okay. We're done here. Let's go to this next one really quickly. Planets, okay. I mean, yeah, it is a really bad situation, but I did her wishes, and apparently I'm one of few people that does it, so hey, live and learn, right? Up to 51 moons, including the prebiotic moon. Deimos is a standard hydrogen helium gas giant with violent surface winds exceeding like its sister planet. It is believed to be extrasolar capture. Oh god.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe.
Hey! Actually, no, we'll go back.
We have used half our fuel.
I can see that. No, I don't think I have. Well, I get 60 probes now. Wow, where's it going? Smara. Okay, I'll go launch probes at our solar system.
Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched. Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe. Really, Commander?
Okay, that's funny.
Probing Uranus. Launching probe. Launching probe.
Okay, that's funny.
Probe away. Launching probe.
Yep, and it's done. Oh, that was good. I liked that. That was hilarious. I think I'm good for now. I'm getting a little bit sick of probing planets. Junker. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That was hilarious. Gold depot. Hopes. For future endeavors. Into orbit. Into orbit. Yes, let's dock. This one. Take Garrus. Doctor. What's this one? That's new. Armor piercing, buddy. Maybe that. Okay. And we're good.
The daily death count on Omega is too high for me to pinpoint an Ardat Yakshi's location. However, given the reputation of Ardat Yakshi among the Asari, Arya T'Loak may have tracked her movements.
Thank you.
Come on, let me in.
Well, let's go talk to the Queen herself.
Anybody here seen my kid?
Arya has work for you, if you're interested.
What do you need?
Smar's
An
daughter.
Asari fugitive is hiding out here. She's an Ardat Yakshi. We need to find her.
I knew it. Nothing leaves a body quite so empty as an Ardat Yakshi does.
You haven't taken steps to kill her?
Why would I? She hasn't tried to seduce me. Her last victim was a young girl. Pretty thing. Lived in the tenements near here. That's where I'd start looking.
Okay, well.
Thanks for the help.
Good luck finding her. Better luck catching her.
Thanks.
Arya has work for you, if you're interested.
This is strong stuff.
Okay.
Come on, let me in. Arya's expecting me. Ugh. Annoyed.
I can't even remember if I went shopping here at all. Find the apartment. Okay.
Is that Shepard? Shepard's supposed to be dead.
Greetings.
Hey,
I was hoping you'd come by. I'm Ish, and this is Sel. You look like a good person to know.
2 years since the destruction of the Destiny Ascension, planning for the fleet of the new Allied Citadel.
Why are you watching
I
us?
heard you talking about us. What do you want?
Please, please, we're all friends here. There's no need for language of that sort. I need skilled, trustworthy people to take care of a little business for me. Nothing illegal, of course, but it's paying work.
Is expected to open next year once the area is declared safe for visitors.
I don't trust you.
Not illegal? I doubt it.
Well, it's certainly legal on Omega. I can't be expected to know the laws of every settlement in the galaxy, can I?
Uh-huh. What do you need?
I'm listening.
I'm in the information business, specifically the buying and selling of privileged material. It's nothing illicit. I just need someone to pick up packages in certain locations and bring them to me here.
Need more
What's your angle?
No angle. I'm a simple businessman. What do you say?
Fine,
I
you have a
can do
deal.
that.
My contacts use specific drop points. I need you to look outside Marib's shop on the Citadel and inside Eternity on Ilium. Look around for anything that might hold a data package and bring those packages to me. Good luck.
Thanks, you're a pain in the butt.
From former council races. While no formal statement has been issued, the council has made formal information requests of the Solarian Special Tasks Group.
In other news, the human colony on the horizon has been attacked, further in a series of human failures to colonize worlds deeper in the galaxy.
Are you here about my daughter? My nephew died a week ago and no one seems to care. The medics said it was a brain hemorrhage, but that's not true. It was murder. Someone killed my nephew, my baby.
I believe you.
I think she was murdered too, and I'm looking for her killer.
Oh, thank you. It's so hard when no one believes you. I'm all alone now. Are you one of Arya's people?
An interesting
I'm looking
party.
into this on my own authority.
No one else on this hellhole station gives a damn that my nephew is dead. If you can do something about it, I'll help you however I can.
Thanks. F's friends.
Did your daughter have a lot of friends?
Not a lot, no. She was shy. Spent most of her time off making her sculptures, not hanging out with friends. Something did change in the last few weeks, though. She started talking about an Asari. Morinth.
I see.
I didn't like her. She kept dragging Neff out to clubs, and I'm pretty sure she gave my daughter drugs.
Samara, does Morinth control her victims with drugs?
She controls them through sheer will. The drugs are just a lifestyle. She loves the club, loves the base. She's a hedonist. So this Morinth did hurt my daughter? Is she the one that... I will bring justice to the one that did this.
Once we have all the facts, we'll decide on a course of action.
If you find the person that hurt my nephew, kill her. Or tell me where she is and I'll kill her.
Calm down, lady.
What kind of a person was this Morinth?
I never met her. But Neff talked about her like she was a queen. You'd swear there was no one else alive when she talked about Morinth. That sounds familiar.
Yes.
Did Neff hang out anywhere in particular?
She was always quiet working here at home. Then, a few weeks ago, she started going out all the time to the VIP area of that club down the street. I think you need a password or something to get in there. The change was so sudden. She just seemed tired and distracted when she wasn't around Morinth.
What kind of a girl was your daughter?
My Neff had a fire inside her. She was shy, but she was creative and driven and the best girl a mother could hope for. She was creative? How so? She was a sculptor. Several galleries were interested in her. Said her work was fresh.
Cool.
Do you mind if I examine Neff's room?
I didn't want to disturb anything. Her clothes, her art, her sculptures, everything is the way she left it. The way it will always be. My baby is gone. She's gone.
I'm gonna regret this.
I'm sorry. I just miss her so much.
It's okay. We've all suffered loss.
I know what it means to lose a daughter. I will avenge her. Thank you. Please, if it helps you find her killer, look through her things. We will be respectful.
I'll examine her things.
Okay, that's not a lot, thank God. Okay, guys, I think with that, I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I had a lot of fun. Want to check out previous streams that I have done. I have a YouTube channel. Check out the link in my About section. And I hope you guys have a good day or night wherever you are. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!